literally... Yo, I'm about to take this with me everywhere I go. Hold on. Oh, the side right. Oh! 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 No one, please don't clip that. No, that's crazy. On God, that's crazy. No, on God, that's crazy. Just leave it. Just leave it. Just leave it. On God, just leave it. On God, just leave it. On God, just leave it. Just leave it. Just leave it. Please, I'm begging y'all, bro.
Never was much of a romantic. I used to beg him to stop cheating on me by giving him money. Good grief, we're hitting levels of desperate unseen before. Oh my gosh, you paid this man who's already disrespecting you to stay in your life. Why? Do you hold yourself in such low regard that you actually find this funny and worth posting on TikTok? I wonder what those comments had to say. I'm pretty sure they ripped you apart. And what really gets me is sharing this at all. I mean, for real. Why would you want the internet to know that you're paying somebody to cuck you? If this ain't the truth, man, I am tired. I am so tired of reading every new article about the live action Avatar: The Last Airbender and becoming more and more disappointed with what we're about to see. I am fighting every urge in my body to hate watch this show. I would just recommend all of us to not see it. All of the characters have been augmented to such a serious degree that many people within the fandom genuinely believe that this show is going to not be Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's going to be something fundamentally different that they just happen to use the name for, all right? They're banking on the name so that people can watch it, but this will not be the show that we grew up with. And that just sucks, man. Like, for real, you have a moneymaker, Netflix. You had a show that's already proven to be very good and well written, and you somehow managed to still mess up and not listen to the fans or original showrunners. Netflix has to be allergic to money. They just have to be. Nothing else makes sense. Really, nothing else. They just have to hate earning money. Turning a profit is a bad thing for Netflix. Hey guys, what's the worst tweet that you have ever seen? Hey everybody, I just saw two teenage girls hop the BART turnstile and run up the stairs and start making out, and I couldn't resist the urge to shout, "Be gay, do crimes," and they raised their fists and shouted back, "Stonebar was a riot!" So I'm informing you that kids are in fact alright. Are you finished? Are you finished writing your fan fiction? Because if this was in any way real, you just watched two teenagers make out and then proceeded to make a comment about all of that. Does that not sound creepy? I mean, for real, you watch two kids make out and then we're like, yeah, I need to make this political for some reason. No way is this story real. Of course, all of us know that this is mad fake. It begs the question, though, what motivated someone to put their political fantasy out on Twitter? Like, for real, did she really think she was gonna get kudos for this? All the ways to share your politics online, making up a fake story has to be the worst way. Come on now, this type of behavior is just pathetic and lame. Let's leave it in the past, please. The only way that you would encounter stuff like this is if you went on to Tumblr. Like, for real, we need that website back. God dang, they're everywhere now. These people are everywhere. Wow, that's a really nice drawing of Elastigirl, man. And it's a mural too, like that's cool. Like you're beautifying the community. I mean, seriously, imagine being a kid in that neighborhood. You get to walk past these yams every single day before you go to class. I mean, for real, whoever drew this really focused on one feature on Elastigirl, man, and they perfected it. They spent a lot of time making sure not only was it round, symmetrical, but also shiny. White boys equals high IQ and small. Black men equals low IQ and big. A difficult choice, isn't it? No, I'll take the guy with a bigger any time of the day. Sorry, Mr. College Diploma. Being smart won't save you from falling out of the genetic pool. Sweet Jesus. Okay, there's been 27 episodes of r/CringeTopia. I started r/CringeTopia in early of 2020, and even back then, I knew one day I was going to encounter this type of post and have to explain it to you guys. So let me introduce you to the realm of BNWO, or Black New World Order. It's a fetish where white women absolutely, I mean completely, are beholden and submissive to black men. Why, you might be asking? Well, it's because they believe black men are genetically superior to white men because they're stronger, have larger genitalia, and quote-unquote dominant racial genetics. So they decide to exclusively be intimate with black men. And the way that they go about this is pretty interesting too, because most of the women who participate in BNWO are married and they, have relations with black men to cuck their white husbands, and their white husbands are into it because, I don't know, bro. Human psychology is complex and weird, and I don't know enough about it. I'm not a doctor, but what I do know is that these posts are some of the most radioactive posts that you can find on Twitter, by far. By far. And just in addition, just to really put a cherry on top of it, most of the women who participate in this fetish, they're natsock. Almost all of them are natsock or wignat in some capacity. So in between posts like this, you'll find posts talking about racial IQ, racial genetics, eugenicism, all of it. All while saying that they want to have intimate relationships with people that they view as low caste or just subhuman altogether. It's a very, very strange fetish, and I loathe the day that I discovered it. Lovely Complex dub writer, we made it good. This show sucked. A freelancing contractor who worked on the English dub for Lovely Complex released a post boasting about his contempt for the original show and all the changes they made. Imagine if Taylor Swift hired someone to translate her song into Japanese and that person injected their own lyrics, removed entire verses, and changed the melody to suit modern Japanese audiences, and then took artistic credit as a song co-writer. That's what localizers are doing right now to manga and anime. I still remember back in the day when the first season of Dragon Maid came out and how everybody was very upset with how the dub was incorrect. And back then it was pretty obvious to point out because Luca was talking about feminism, just for whatever reason with a scene that had nothing to do with that. And many people back then and many people now aren't necessarily concerned about the politics, but the ethical question of changing somebody else's art, especially if the changes that are being made are non-consensual and completely self-serving. Who cares if you thought the show was boring? Your job is to translate. Who cares if you think the artist or writer is problematic with what they've created? It is not your job to correct things, it's your job to translate things. It's completely obnoxious to think that you have the right to change somebody else's art to fit your sensibilities and your ideologies. And what usually happens is that whatever message that you're trying to put forward falls flat and you end up ruining a show that would, in any other circumstance, actually be good. You're just destroying something because you can't fathom somebody having a different opinion than you. I've got to talk about it because, oh my god, was it rough to see. I don't know a lot about Vaush. I understand that he is a political debate live streamer on Twitch. I know that he's a leftist in some capacity. That really doesn't matter. What matters is that during his stream, he tried to share an image or some receipts to a point that he was trying to make during the stream, and he accidentally leaked his homework folder, if you're catching what I'm throwing. The folder lingered on his screen for a second, and unfortunately I can't show you the clip because obviously there's material on there that I cannot show you on YouTube. But it's not just any type of material. Most of the images were horse porn, and a few of the images with lolicon. And after all this went down, there's 2 clips of him that came out where he tried to explain why he's into horses and whether or not he actually meant to download that lolicon, because he thought they were goblins.
Stuff is this or that, okay? I'll make it clear. You can write this down. I want to a woman as a horse. None of this is a secret. To be clear, you know, many jokes have been made about this, but I stand by it. My moral principles are rock solid. My feet are firmly planted in the ground. I've got my boots up. They're planted firmly. You cannot move me from my position. This isn't a secret. Let's talk to a therapist. Well, why do you want to be the horse, Vaush? Because then I'd have a giant. Okay, couldn't you have a big the other way? Well, yeah, I could. Like, yeah, I could have a big hypothetically in any variety of scenarios, but then it wouldn't really be a horse. Well, you could be a human with a horse. Yes, but then I wouldn't have that powerful stallion energy using it.
I'm telling you right now, they were not goblins. Within the day, everybody found the source to all of the images that were shown, and the most concerning images were not short stack goblins, it was lolly hentai. And the discourse, of course, was insane. Many people on many sides of the argument pointing out how weird this was. A lot of people pointing out that if he just didn't say anything, probably no one would care. But because he literally tried to make the argument that they were short stack goblins, the whole world jumped on him, saying that no, it was what it was, and you can't run away from that. Now, you guys already know how I feel. At the end of the day, yes, they're cartoons. It's not real. It's make-believe. She could be 3,000-year-old, you know, vampire, whatever, right? But it is still what it is. And if you're beating your meat to all of that, it really begs the question just how long until those, quote, short stack goblins are no longer, you know, interesting to you, if you're catching what I'm throwing. How long until homeboy jumps into a Discord chat? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But hey, let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you saw the clip on Twitter and the subsequent breakdown of all the images that were appearing in the clip, please share your thoughts and reactions. I want to know what you guys think. This is ridiculous. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are black and Asian. They have always been. Your headcanon isn't real. And when people point out the fact that they're just Ninja Turtles, that they're just teenage Ninja Turtles with weapons, for whatever reason, Twitter just loses their mind. I can't understand why people can't separate reality from fantasy. By all means, have a headcanon, but good lord, it's not real. And get a grip. When people tell you that a character is just a character and not associated with any race, ethnicity, or sexuality, that shouldn't completely destroy your world.
How funny would it be if instead of Hello Kitty, them like pill popping razor blade, nobody love me edits with a SpongeBob SquarePants?
Dude, RH has ruined my life. RH? What do you mean? Is that like a particular No! Down $87,000? How in the world? And you're still trading options? Turn that off. Turn off options. What are you doing? I couldn't imagine over the course of, let's say, maybe a year, 2 years, you lost $87,000. And your trading strategy? I don't even think you had a trading strategy, bro. You went into detail about how you bought puts and stocks went up, and you bought calls and stocks went down. Why can't you be right? Because it seems like you're not doing any due diligence with the stocks that you're, placing bets against. And now you're down $87,000. How does one recover? Just put away Robinhood, man. You don't need it. Take it off your phone. Were Adam and Eve black transgender refugees? No, Shmooly. I promise you they weren't. What is this? Oh, you have more. You have more to say. When the world was created, darkness and light were incomprehensible concepts. The separation between elements, sky and water, soul and sinew, were not yet formed from the void. What does that have to do with black transgender refugees, man? What are you getting on about? What are you yapping about, bro? I need to know. Can you guys tell me in the comments, man? Maybe I read the Bible incorrectly. Maybe I am missing a chapter. I don't know, bro. I feel like anybody just can say anything now. You can just have a blog. You can just go to school, learn nothing, and start a blog. Are you always running late? Now there's an explanation. It might be genetic. Oh my god. Did they not think? Did they not? Is there any quality control, bro? No way. Stuff like this has to go through multiple hands before being published, printed, or posted online. Yet they made this. Yet they put this out into the world, bro. You created the best accidental racial joke out there, and you did it with complete earnest and honesty. Oh my god. Okay, we got ourselves a Tinder screenshot. Let's take a look at Homeboy. We don't know his name. He's 31. He has 3 jobs, lives in Alexandria Hills. And let's learn about them. If you ever need a ride from work, save your money, send me a message. I'll come and pick you up and take you home. All I ask for in return is that you suck me off and let me play with you during the trip. The goal is to make me before we arrive at your destination. Otherwise, I get to you to finish off. You would think the vulgar bio and just the audacity would actually shock me. You know what really gets me is the punctuation. This man absolutely pre-typed this and then made sure that all of the punctuation, all of the spelling, all of the syntax was correct, and then put this into his bio, thinking that somebody, another human, another sentient soul, would actually say yes to this proposition. Who in their right mind would respond to this? And who in their right mind would even type this out? Like, did you really think someone would say yes? Hey dude, does your wife's boyfriend enjoy these videos? Actually, they're non-binary and we don't use gender language in this household. Okay, come on now, this can't be real, right? No, this can't be a genuine response from somebody online. This has to be made in jest. This has to be sarcastic, because otherwise I'm just gonna be depressed. I'm just gonna be sad that someone had no idea that they were being made fun of, and then their next decision was not only to stitch the comment, but also respond to it honestly. If this is real, good lord. Some people, man, are living lives that I could never imagine or fathom. I couldn't imagine my significant other dating somebody else, all right? If there had to be a top 10 list of humiliating, realities, that's one of them. I couldn't imagine being this pathetic, allowing somebody who I love and somebody who I'm being intimate with going out of their way to date somebody else. That situation is incredibly humiliating and pathetic. And the fact that this guy seemingly has no problem with that is just So deplorable and disappointing. Marvel just got its first female Native American deaf amputee superhero. No, this is not satire. Just a quick straw poll. How many of you guys have actually watched Echo? I decided not to because already the character's introduction in that Hawkeye show was lame and also incredibly inaccurate. But yeah, it seems like Disney hasn't learned anything and really likes checking boxes. And it's sad because they promoted the show for, I want to say, 2 weeks maybe. So it begs the question if they even really care about having diverse characters in television shows that they create, because they hardly promote the shows that include these people. Millennial humor needs to be studied. Millennial humor needs to be looked at, researched, written about, all of it. Because I understand where it comes from, because I am just old enough to know where the spark was. And that spark being Boxy back in 2006. Her persona and her videos on YouTube blew up in such a way that lots of online humor between 2006 and 2014 and 15 was completely based upon that personality. And it really begs the question why that personality, for whatever reason, just stuck in the brains of people who were born between 1985 and 1995. And to be honest, I'm sure all of us have seen every iteration of this type of humorous, character online, whether it be on YouTube or TikTok. And that type of humor is so pervasive that I don't even need the video that this is attached to. I can already hear the voice that she's making. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ailurus, aka Panda Daddy, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you did, let me know in the comments down below, and leave a like if you liked the video. And if you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe, fam. What you doing watching videos and not subscribing? And if you're old, make sure you hit that bell so you can get these notifications every time. I am so happy to announce that this week, from Wednesday to Friday, there's going to be another Panda Bomb. There's going to be double uploads today, tomorrow, and Friday, all of the channel favorites. And then next week, you guys get to pick what you want to see. So I hope you guys are excited for this week's content. It's about to be really crazy. And also, I want to acknowledge that the most recent Morbid Reality video is almost at 200,000 views. What? Like, it blew up out of nowhere. I'm noticing that most of the growth on this channel is because of Morbid Reality. Over 1,000 of you guys subscribed because of that video that I uploaded just last week. It's nuts. I can't thank you guys enough for the massive support on that video, which makes me think that many of you guys would enjoy the content on the second channel, so I'm working on some stuff for that. And of course, there will be more and more updates about the second channel and how that's going to be restarted this year in the future, so keep your eye out for that. And as always, we gotta thank the Patreon supporters that make content like this possible. A big thank you to Zalipith, Convicted Poop Slinger, Libby131, Dawnbreaker Drake, Traffic Racer 124, Fisherman, Tariq, The Blurred Star, Mr. Sandman, Iconic PFP, Mike, Sleepy Dragon, Power Lover, Loving Tate, Tron Destroy 23, Connor Purvis, S16, Infrared, My Golden Experience, James Tucker, BMX30, Cinnamon Sticks, Scott, The Fake Musician, Samantha Bellhart, Bloody Hunter, Keely, Dunder Nasshawk, Swiss Patreon user, and Noah. Thank you so much for your support. It is greatly appreciated. And if you want to help support the channel, there's 2 links in the description, one on my merch store and one on my Patreon. Both funds go directly into the channel so I can maintain what's happening here. And as always, stay zesty.